Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Janine, and today we are continuing with our Connecting to Core mini-series, and we're going to do things from standing to start with. And today I want to explicitly talk to you a little bit more about the oblique muscles. So this is a part of your trunk, a part of your core abdominal wall. We have obliques that run diagonally across the body from outer rib towards inner opposite hip bone. And we have them running the opposite diagonal from the inner rib to the back of the pelvis. So they create this crisscross on both sides of your trunk. So they're responsible for all sorts of things. When they shorten to the front, they flex the spine. When they shorten to the side, they side bend. When they shorten in a pattern of one to the other, they help us with rotation. And we can also do rotation, side bending, flexion, as well as extension, rotation, and extension. So they're involved in all sorts of patterning. Now, we're going to look at getting them a little bit more mobile before we work on strengthening specifically with a shortened contraction. So remember that the muscles should work with a resilience where they can both expand and contract. That goes for the lungs, that goes for the pelvic floor, that goes for all the tissue in your body. So we never want to feel like we're stuck or always being held in a contracted, shortened position. So when we're looking to build more strength, we also want to look at improving mobility or improving length of the tissue. And that way the muscles will have a much easier opportunity to contract when we need them to. Makes sense, right? If they're always held short or if they're always held long, they get stuck in one or both of those positions. So we want to work at bringing more movement quality both directions. So let's start standing. Let's think about our posture like we did a few weeks back when I talked to you about alignment. We want to think about the feet nice and balanced. We want to get the pelvis underneath the body in a nice level position, okay? Not pushing the hips forward, also not taking the booty too far behind you. So we want that level pelvis and then that feeling of the rib cage stacked over the pelvis. Ribs over your hips, shoulders over your ribs, and ears over your shoulders. All right. Now let's start to look at the movement around these ribs, around these oblique muscles with all those different patterns that I talked about. Place your hands one on top of the other to your sternum bone. So right at the top of your breastbone. Take a nice deep breath in. Let that breath come all the way up to your hands. And then as you exhale, start to allow your hands to soften and the ribs to flex down a little bit. Inhale, come back up just to vertical. Exhale, flex again. Feel how those ribs soften and then roll back up. Good. Now let's take the movement to the side. Inhale, come right back to that tall, lengthened posture. Exhale to the other side. Good. One more time each way. Let the breath be full, then exhale. Feel the shortening of the ribs on one side as we lengthen and open the ribs on the other. Good. Breathe center. Exhale, just relax your arms. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring the hands out now to a T or slightly in front of your shoulders. And we're going to rotate the torso towards one side. Come on back to center. Find that equal standing posture and then rotate to the other side. Now you might notice that you want to lean backwards when you do this. Try to keep reaching through your front hand, through your front fingertips to maintain better alignment, and you'll feel more of those oblique muscles working. And then bring your hands down. Okay, beautiful. Let's go into a little side stretch this way, letting the bottom hand press across the front and the top hand reach over. A little bit deeper stretch than we did on the first time through. Breathe it out. Inhale up, nice and open, then exhale. Stretch and open the side torso one more time. Exhale. Wonderful. Come on back to center and exhale, release your arms. Now just roll your shoulders a few times. All right, awesome, you guys. So we're going to be bringing one hand up and we're going to bring that down and across towards the opposite knee. We're adding a little balance here. So as I come across, I'm thinking of that oblique sling from rib to opposite hip. There is a contraction of those muscles to help hold the body straight and center. This cross diagonal path, one more time. Back to center tall, relax your arm. Okay, other side, take a breath. Exhale, shift the weight to your standing leg, tap. Good. Cross diagonal path. So the contraction, we're not changing the shape of the spine. Remember that isometric conversation we had last time? But we're activating that muscle pathway to feel more stable. One more time, breathe in, breathe out. Come back to center and let that go. Okay, good. Just give your hips a little circle and the other way. Okay, so with those movements in mind, we're going to come down to the mat now. Hopefully there's been a little bit more freedom and awareness brought to that area of your body. So I'd like you to come down and join me on the mat. We're going to do one exercise here from the floor, from the mat, and I'd encourage you, if you'd like to have a pillow under your head, to go ahead and bring that now into your space. So you can set a pillow, I'll take one for myself, just underneath your head. The other thing you might use is a prop, like a yoga ball, a yoga block or a Pilates ball, or a pillow again between your knees. Come on down. So place that second prop, whatever you're using, a pillow, a ball, a yoga block, between the knees. So we've done this last time where we start to feel more collection of the inner sling. So you feel that nice balanced position, feet grounded, hips level. We'll take a breath in just to awaken this core center from here. Breathe in, let the breath expand the ribs. Breathe out, feel that gentle contraction, closing the ribs down, collecting through the abdominal wall. Do you feel that drawing up and in through your core? Good. Now place the hands behind the head. You can keep your elbows a little bit off the floor so you can see them in the corners of your eyes. This is an oblique rotation. I want you to keep your pelvis still so there's no rocking of your hips. The movement is a diagonal crisscross of rib towards the opposite pelvis. So we'll take a breath to prepare. On the exhale, gather the core set, start to lift and crisscross over to that diagonal side. Inhale to lower. Exhale, collect the core, come up and crisscross towards the new side. Inhale to lower. Again, exhale, squeeze the ball, up and crisscross. Inhale to lower. Try not to pull on the head, but support it gently with your fingertips. The movement, remember, it's all those abdominals crossing, contracting, and pulling you up. Squeeze the ball. Think of that core collection like we talked about last week. Two frontal hip bones moving together. In this case, the inner thighs helping with that prop. One more each way. Pubic bone a little bit up towards the belly button. And the pelvis staying nice and still. Final one. And then come on down and relax. All right, I'm sure you could feel those. Give yourself a nice long full body stretch. Excellent. All right, So I hope you felt a little new awareness around your torso, those crisscross patterns. Sometimes I like to think about it like I'm putting my hands in my pockets this way, but those muscles also run on the opposite path too. So they do go all the way around your trunk in those 2X positions, flexing, side bending, and rotating. All right, keep that in mind as you try this again. Practice, and I'll see you next time for a little bit more around the obliques and a little bit more challenge. All right, friends, way to go. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.